everyone's definition of financial success looks different because every one of us start off at a different place. So when you reach a certain level of financial achievement, you don't have to look to others for approval. So for instance, I don't need to reach someone else's definition of success. Oh, by age 30, you should have 40 million or else you're trash. Like, I don't have to follow that. I reached a million by 30, and I'm pretty darn skippy happy with that amount because I don't have to hustle. Like, I don't have to work my ass off like I had to when I was 23 years old with student debt, with car debt, with just like nothing to my name. Already getting to a million by 30, being in my situation where I quit working at 28, huge achievement. For me, wonderful. And so I think for everyone on the path to pursuing your goals, your dreams, it's entirely subjective. You should never feel pressured to live to someone else's definition of success. For instance, oh, well, Joe Schmo entrepreneur reached a billion by the time she was 40. Oh, that's the new standard. It's not the new standard. That's an extreme outlier. So I think we need to be honest with what constitutes a good life. I would argue that most 30-year-olds and 28-year-olds I met and still meet today do not have the luxury of retiring from work, do not have the luxury of living comfortably. So you can only find a number that allows you to live comfortably. A million to me allowed me to live very comfortably because I was rent hacking in Brooklyn and I had multiple rent hacks. I had a lot of different things going on that allowed me to live very comfortably on that sort of situation. For someone who has, $300,000 worth of debt that they have to service on credit cards every year, $1 million a month, in their net worth really is truly not enough. So a lot of what you'll see in terms of wealth and why people need to build a certain amount of net worth is purely dependent on the pressures that they put upon themselves. So if they have a very high cost of living, if they have really high spending needs, then of course $1 million is nothing because they'll just spend through it in literally a few months or years, right? If you're like me, very frugal, $1 million, you can live very comfortably, and it gives you the bandwidth to continue living a life of freedom where you don't have to work a traditional job anymore, which I was able to do when I was 28. So my point here is, don't get dejected if you see all those other people around you or other entrepreneurs that have, 7 to 8 to 9 figures when they're only 23 years old. Again, that is an outlier. Do not use those things as a standard benchmark. If you look at macro data, you'll know that the numbers don't support that kind of argument.